Satire can be one of the most effective methods of conveying information. I have a host of people that I follow online. I am recommending them because they are engaging, articulate, intelligent, thought-provoking, and often hysterical. And if you're trying to wake up your friends, sharing content like this is often an excellent icebreaker. This is a little over 6 minutes. Enjoy, and I'll see you on the other side.
They are cheap fakes video.
That's right, you're not seeing what you're seeing, you moron, because these videos are cheap fakes. Good evening and welcome to We Lie to You News. Today we're celebrating a new made-up term by the White House, cheap fakes. What thought police? Tonight we'll be telling you why the One True Party is using this made-up term, what it means, and how you should be manipulated by it. Recent videos of President Biden performing really well on the job have been going around, showing him being an incredibly sharp, fit individual. For example, videos like having to be guided off stage by President Obama, wandering into a field looking for strawberries or something, trying to make out with the Pope, along with some of the classic Biden parkour videos. However, some of these videos of reality have been deceptively altered to make Joe appear to be confused, incapable, and demented. Because it turns out these videos of reality being captured are cheap fakes. Let's hear more from Diversity Hire Press Secretary Jean Crane Pierre, whatever the hell.
Yeah, and I think you all have called this the cheap fakes video, and that's exactly what they are. They are cheap fakes video. They are done in bad faith. How Republicans use misleading videos to attack Biden in a 24-hour period. We're seeing these deep fakes, these manipulated videos, and it is, again, done in bad faith.
Thanks, Gene. Looking as honest as ever, by the way. Those deceptive Republicans showing you reality is very devious. Upon further investigation into the made-up new term, cheap fake, that's being used as though it's an actual term, we discover exactly what it means. Think editing and angles, folks. Cheap fakes means that videos of Biden being obviously incompetent are edited out of context to only show him being incompetent. Which means these clips don't show you him sitting in a chair for 45 minutes in his soiled diaper before he stands up and gets lost 3 feet away. And the angles that these videos are being filmed at are what makes him appear to be incapable and incompetent. So that means that if these videos were shot from appropriate angles, he'd appear to be impressively capable, rather than these cheap fake angles that show him being cognitively and physically impaired. Deception.
Thanks to all members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure you're going to understand.
Yeah, that new one's a cheap fake too. Just imagine how good he'd look if that was filmed from a different angle. When we tell you it's a cheap fake video, we're telling you that you didn't see what you saw. And now a word from our sponsor. Tonight's episode is brought to you by George Orwell. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. Now, some would say that it's impossible for the White House to hide number 46's incompetencies. So now they're desperate enough to where they're telling you that what you're seeing of him is simply not real. And while that's definitely not true, if it were, you better listen, because after all, it is their final, most essential command. One could also speculate that the term cheap fake is being used because it sounds a lot like deep fake, which will cause people to associate the term deep fake with it, because after all, deep fake videos are not real. People know that. While technically speaking, cheap fake refers to videos that are real that we want you to believe aren't real. Now, let's not lose sight of the fact that this cheap fake video play is genius. Someone on the White House's PR team actually came up with the whole idea.
You all have called this the cheap fakes video, and that's exactly what they are. They are cheap fakes video.
Oh, right, Gene. It was the media that came up with it, which verifies it was a large division of the White House's PR team. Now, it's also worth noting something that is definitely not happening here. We're also not just accusing Trump of doing the things that Biden is doing that we say Biden isn't doing. Now, for example, in response to Biden needing to be escorted off the stage by Big Mike's wife, We see photos like this of Trump needing to be escorted off the stage. And we can only ask, what's going on with Trump? He must have dementia. And when you look at the actual video of Trump being escorted off the stage, you can see he wasn't being escorted off the stage. He was just shaking Don Jr.'s hand, which can only mean that is a cheap fake video. The evil Republicans are trying to deceive you with reality. But our photo of just a single moment of it captures even more context of the moment and therefore conveys the actual truth of the moment and therefore is approved for you to believe. Because it's a fact that Trump is in mental decline and had to be escorted off the stage. And the video portraying Biden as needing to be guided off the stage is a cheap fake video because it's a fact that Biden is cognitively sharp. Now, because you're an idiot, let me help you understand what's going on in these videos. What you're seeing here is Biden doing a wheelie on his mountain bike. And here you can see Joe being an American hero as he disarms terrorists who have hijacked his airplane. And here you can see Biden being flocked by his biggest fans, and he's shaking their hands out of appreciation. Here's something that's safe and effective. And here you can see Trump falling on stage and breaking his hip because he's a frail, elderly, incompetent fuck. Here's Trump being racist. Here's Trump calling for an insurrection.
Thanks to all the members of Congress and Homeland Security Secretary. I'm not sure what I understand.
And that's Biden talking about astrophysics. We're just here to help you understand what we want you to think. And thank you one more time to today's sponsor, George Orwell. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was their final, most essential command. Now obey, you dumb piece of shit. Good night.
That was, of course, the great JP Sears. You can follow him on his podcast, Awaken with JP. Links are in the description below. What you're going to find is that so many of the people that I'm feeding you is that, like us, they too have been experiencing the Great Awakening. Some are liberal, some are conservative. Most don't give a crap about labels. The common thread that you're going to find is that most, if not all, have been experiencing their own personal awakening. Remember, everyone wakes up at their own pace and you are not alone. And it's our job to help and educate as many people as possible. Until next time, like, comment, join, and share, share, share. God bless America, God bless this podcast, and God bless you. Stay frosty, my friends.